Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I'm here with another video update of crypto and Bitcoin, as well as update to the last night's trade. And I just woke up and I'm looking at the charts and I'm like, this is not how I left off, guy. My followers and those that possibly are in the trade, I told them it's gonna go up, but instead it went down. I feel like I failed you guys. I should have stayed up another half hour and followed through this, but I did not. So, first, let's actually look at what happened and why what happened did happen. So, we were roughly about right here when I went to sleep. So what I actually did, we had a first touch at the bottom, first touch at the top, second touch at the bottom, second touch at the top, and it came down. Like, remember I said there's a possibility might try to do turn this into an M or go sideways. So it came down with a third touch at the bottom. Still wasn't enough of enough to break through. So it came up one more time and then finally broken through. I hope those guys that were in the trade, you guys watched this and it got out in the right time. Even I did actually go back and look at some of these. Ether has not when it did went down with when everything else went down, but right now it kind of slowly recovered where you guys should have been entered in either way. So even if you guys just went to sleep with me and left the trade on, Ether should be still in a good shape. Doge, the story is about the same, maybe a little bit lower because I think we were roughly about here at that time. So right now we are a little bit lower. That's the one you guys probably got hurt the most on if you guys took the VET choice. VChain, I mean. Dent, same situation. I know I mentioned a few other coins, but Luna are in the top, and Sol is actually went up. So those two coins actually went up. If you guys took those, how did XRP do? XRP. XRP is slightly lower because I believe we were somewhere in this area at that time. So XRP is a little bit lower right now than when we discussed. So let's go back to Bitcoin. So is Bitcoin's telling us right now, and I'll be guys honest to you guys. If you guys still in the trade, watch the trade closely. Watch what your coin is doing. Watch what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin have leveled down a little, but not far enough to confirm that this is actually we are on the way down. I just put in this trend, and if we ignore this breakout and we used the lowest possible bar out, as well as the lowest bar out here. We are still trading roughly above this line, and if you guys look at that line on the 1 minute, still out. We do have um, a W, which this W can actually push back up or can again try to reconvert itself into an M like it did right here, and what actually made it push through. So, right now, let's digest this small patterns in the 1 minute. We do have an M here, which didn't convert it, which instead it went and reconverted itself into a W, or um, what I like to call it sometimes moving sideways. So we had first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, third third attempt. So all three attempts in both directions failed. So it decided to repattern. So it turned itself into a head and shoulder. So you have a head here, you have a shoulder, which pushed us down right now. Completed it head shoulder pattern, and right now it's starting to repattern again. So depends how it repatterns itself here. Will depends possibly where we going. And it's 8 o'clock. My alarm is here. So I do not want to discourage you that we're not going down. It's just not enough. Not enough data right now to state that we are going down or up. Now, based on 4 o'clock candle, we have came down. This candle right here at 4 o'clock. It's a continuation candle, which means we should be continuing down with this candle. Either we're going to have another long candle push down at 4 o'clock, or we might have where can we find another continuation candles here? See, all of them are up. Would like to see something that's down. Like right there, we have a down. We have a continuation candle. So we started moving down. Then we got this continuation candle. Even though here it's a very small one compared to this one, and then even the candle movement went up, but then at the same time, after it failed at the top, it came down. So that is a possibility of what we might see in the next 4 hours is a candle that might continue, which at that point it would come down to 50 EMA. If 50 EMA does not reject it and it breaks through, the further it breaks through the 50 EMA, the higher the chance we are coming down to about this area, at least, if not lower. So now I will go back and I will say this. Whatever happened right here is not normal to trade this area right here when we are going down. So that is that's that right here is kind of still questions me the real truth about coming down. Now, as we are speaking, looks like we're starting to push down. And if you look at 15, um, the 15-minute chart looks like the W just churning into an M most likely. Um, it is, of course, a weird looking M because you have bigger left side and very small right side. Um, but at the same time, we do have on 1 minute, smaller looking but again, right side very small, which means somebody is in a hurry to most likely push us further down. So we'll have some patience and watch this. But definitely, they might have been in a hurry because it was of the 8 o'clock that they needed to get us to a certain point by 8 o'clock, and they were running out of time right there. So have patience. If we break, let's say, past here, that means we probably then you have a 90% possibility we will be breaking down to at least to here, if not further. Um, if we break through again on a 15-minute past 50 EMA to the top, then we will travel to the top. But at this point, um, they took us this far down, and again we see the red candles how they actually were bringing us down. So we have to just watch it. But if I ignore this right here, this area that we had traded, if I ignore this area right here, I would say, yeah, guys, we are definitely coming down. So that's kind of where I'm standing. Some of these coins, a lot of these coins have turned red, and some of them actually, took a couple percentage in a loss. But the market has not moved too heavily, other than Bitcoin have taken a little move down. So today is Sunday. If I see any serious moves um, to the top, probably would happen. I personally suspect in about after about 4 or 5 hours. But again, we have taken a little push down, which for some people was not suspected. Especially I went to sleep at night and I didn't wait another half hour at least. And so some people might panic and create some movements, but at the end of the day, it's up to market makers. Because even if you look at this move, they had to get in 1, 2, 3 times just to make that move. So literally, um, they moved it all. Um, stay smart, stay safe. Uh, watch your candles, but there is, like I said, there is a good chance we will be continuing down. But again, this area right here is a why we traded this area. That's a question that I cannot answer at this point. And two, on a 15, we have this W that can turn around and become an M. Like we had this M and then was turning around and then it decided to carry it to actually proceed with it. So just at the same time, this can turn into an M really quick. right there. All it has to come back one more time higher here, and then create another leg, and by that time continue down. So, and that is more logical based on a 4 o'clock on the candles sticks. So let's see what happens, and I'll try to get a little bit more sleep. Good night. Ellie, how's it going? I'll be back. Good night.